Hi, so I'm going to talk more about Canvas modules today. Yesterday in the introductory video, I sort of said, think of it like a course materials. That's not exactly true. That was simply a way that you should kind of orient yourself as you're coming in. In eCampus, I tended to use course materials sort of as a closet or a bookcase. You're just going to shove things on there and say, well, I posted it there, you should go look for it. The modules really should be thought of more like a course calendar for students. It's organized kind of in a week by week session. So what it does is it organizes all the activities, all the material that should be happening that week, and allows the students to know exactly what they're doing, what they have to read, what's going to be happening. So instead of saying, oh, I posted it on the course syllabus by the weeks, don't rely on that. The module should be organizing all that material from the syllabus week by week, and you should be pulling from that and organizing it in there. So don't just assume that because you posted the syllabus, they're going to be following that. They're really going to be following the modules in Canvas. So what you should be doing, as Srivi mentioned the other day, thinking of this as a number system organized sort of like you would a dissertation, like section 1, section 1.1, section 1.2.1, right? So everything has a number, so that you can refer to it very easily when you say, well, I posted that reading back in 2.1.1, so go ahead and look at there, and then I'll talk about it again or whatnot. Okay, so let me do a share screen and show you kind of what I did in 203, just as an example. So we click on here and you go to modules, and I haven't published this yet, you'll note, because I didn't do this. This would be published. And let's say this organized it by week, which I think is probably the easiest thing. So 1 would just be week 1. And then within that, you can just do the organization in terms of just categories, or if you'd prefer to do it by day, that's also fine, in which case you can organize the numbers by the calendar day. So for instance, if you want to do, August 29th to be 8.29, for instance, whatever the number system is that works for you, use it. So there's no strict number system you have to rely on, as long as it follows generally some sort of chronological order, whether it's week 1, week 2, week 3, or 8, 9, and 10 for August, September, October, whatever it is that works for you, that's clear, as long as you stick to it. So let's just say that this is a week organization, okay? So we have introduction, week 1, and then under that, we have several things that I've organized here. So you'll see I have course readings, and then I have a Cicero, you have speeches, and then everything to do with the speech, quizzes, and discussions. So let me talk a little bit about how I organize this, okay? So first of all, you can create a module. So let's say I wanted to do week 2. So week 2, let's say persuasive speaking, for instance, or something like this. Okay. So now I've got week 2. Actually, oops, I created that. So let me just delete this. So we've got a persuasive speaking setup, and I've got to populate this with things. Okay. So what I can do first is you'll notice that this is just a heading. So what you do is you create the plus sign. Now the plus sign then is going to add something underneath each one. You have this set up right here. First thing and the easiest thing is text header. Text header just gives you a title of what you're going to be doing. So let's say 2.1 course readings. And for instance, maybe I just want to include the page numbers of the textbook. So 15, say, to 25. Now I have, this is just a heading. There's nothing that you do with this. It just helps you organize. So quizzes, whatnot, creates the heading underneath it. Now let's say I wanted to add a particular reading. I can go to File. Now what it does is it pulls up everything that you have in the file that you've already uploaded under the File section. So for instance, let's say I want to do a true purveyor of news. I'll add that as a file. Now when they click on that, it'll come up as, this is a Word document that I uploaded, which is just a document that's a version of an article I published. Once it loads, then you will actually pull it up inside the Canvas, which is pretty cool once it sort of loads up here. But I'm not going to wait for that. So let's go back to other things that it can do. You'll notice here, which is really cool, I can also post a link. So let's say I wanted to do now a external URL. So let's say I wanted to do this is informative speech topics, whatever. It's not persuasive speaking, but so be it. I type it in there, and I do persuasive speaking. Doesn't correspond, so what? You click on that. It comes up inside Canvas, which is really cool, right? So you can navigate this inside your Canvas rather than doing an external link. I think that's pretty cool. I even put like the Washington Post in here, you know, and it comes up the Washington Post. Boom, there you go. All right, that's pretty cool. So let's say I wanted to say, check out this website. Here's an article I need you to read. All right, and this is under course reading. So let's say I wanted to do the assignments. So I'm going to go to another header. Let's say we're going to do persuasive speaking. Add the item. And let's say I'm going to make an assignment. And now I already made the assignment. So I'll go to assignment. And let's say the advocacy speech actually for me, I put it in here. And what it does is it pulls in a link to the assignment that I've already created. And now you just link right back to that. Okay. You can do the same with quizzes. You do the header for the quizzes. If you've already created the quiz, just create the link to the quiz. Same thing with the discussions as I do here. So you do the quiz and it pulls up to the quiz that I already that I haven't published it yet. All right. Now, what you notice is that I haven't been using my number system. So you should go back in here and put 2.1.1 update. You know, you don't have to do any of this. It's just a way of helping to organize everything according to a number for easy reference so students don't get confused. So to here, this should be 2.2 update. And this is how you should be organizing each week, pulling from different aspects. Now, there's also something called pages. Now, pages is right here. And you go to view all pages. Now, a page is simply going to be basically a document, a Word document. Let's say I wanted to create a page. And this is going to maybe be an assignment description or something that I wrote. You go to here and you go to, you know, persuasive speech, outline, whatever. And let's say I go to some, well, this isn't at all persuasive speaking. This is just my Summer Abroad program. But you can just cut and paste from that, come back in here, add it in, and now I've got my text. I think you actually have to upload the images here. I'm not gonna, so if I wanted to upload an image, you click that. Let's go to this, maybe my cover. Here's my Rhetoric and Power. And now I've got an image, so a really giant image inside my text. I save this page. Okay, so whatever it is that you want in here, now you go back to your modules, and let's say this is going to be the thing that I'm going to describe persuasive speech, the assignment, for instance. I come in here, I go to pages, and then I find this, it's under alphabetical order. I add it in here. So then when you pull that up, there you go. Okay, so all of your, anything related to persuasive speaking, you make a page for it, you make an outline. So of course, overviews are really helpful. Like, I mean, assignment descriptions. And if you need to move any of this around, you just grab over here, the little thing, and just move that around. Like, boom, move that up there, whatever, organize it like so. Now everything is together. So this discussion board they're going to be doing, the quizzes they're going to be having to do, the assignment they'll have to post. All of these things are organized according to this numeric system, which I think is really, really helpful. Okay, so that is how you should be thinking about modules. Again, I think this is really helpful, and I love how it organizes inside, inside the Canvas, so nothing is an external link, and that makes everything so much more fluid. So I'm really getting to enjoy this, so I hope that was helpful.